Can I go to body 3? गावे को तान होवे किसे तान गावे को तान होवे किसे तान गावे को दात जाने निशान गावे को दात जाने निशान गावे को गुण वडियाया चार गावे को गुण वडियाया चार गावे को विद्या विखम विचार गावे को विद्या विखम विचार गावे को साज करे तन खे गावे को साज करे तन खे गावे को जी ले फिर दे गावे को जी ले फिर दे गावे को जपई दिसई दूर गावे को जपई दिसई दूर गावे को बेखई हाथ राम दूर गावे को बेखई हाथ राम दूर कथना कथी न आवे टोट कथना कथी न आवे टोट कथ कथ कथी कोटि कोट कोट कथ कथ कथी कोटि कोट कोट दींदा दे लींदे थक पाही दींदा दे लींदे थक पाही जुगा जुगंतर खाही खाही जुगाद जुगंतर खाही खाही हुक्मी हुक्म चलाए राहु हुक्मे हुक्म चलाए राहु नानक बिगसै बेपरवाहु नानक बिगसै बेपरवाहु गावे को तान होवे किसे तान. The first line means some sing. So there are many saints who sing, right? So some sing that who has the power? Who has the power? Who is the most powerful? Gawe ko daat. That does not mean that. Daat means some speak of his generosity. Daat, like data, daat. Jane Nisan means they know giving is his sign. Now, how much he has given you, no? You keep thinking, I did something to get this. I did something to get this. I'm sure in everybody's life there are few things that you can pinpoint. I did not do anything whatsoever to get this. Anna? Yes? Yeah. Write them down right now. That is your Nisan. Nisan, you get it? Your sign. A sign from God that He is the Data. Write down those things that came into life without you making any effort whatsoever. In fact, you didn't even desire and it just happened. God, for which you didn't make any effort, which was very a big surprise in your life.
Good and bad.
Everything.
Yeah. ना फिर क्यों क्यों देखो चाहिए कि I should get better than this? Why? When he only did it, he only gave everything to you. And why? That also thirst drop. Whatever you make me, I accept that also. Even if I'm not better than this, I accept that also. And have faith in that. You got so many things without really wanting them.
This course. All of your courses actually.
Right, boy.
So far, they've been doing your courses on those, and then you always say karma, right? Everything is on account of karma, like whatever we're going through, good or bad. So now it's hook, right?
It's the same, no? Karma is for the karma yogi. Bhakt doesn't like the word karma. He says hukum. The knowledge is the same secret. Don't tell them.
And Gyan Yogi says flow.
Gyan yogi says the law.
Law. Concept.
It's not different. All the knowledge is the same. Yeah? But to understand that, you have to climb the mountain from all the sides. Yeah? You climb the mountain, you will reach. You climb down again, try from the other side. You'll reach. And then try from the third side. It's that simple.
It's going to be an endless list.
Actually, everything that has come into your life is just like kind of just been given. It is so good and beautiful. There's no negative in that.
But then why do you keep cribbing?
Because
It's a habit.
no, because I compare with other. When I compare with other, then I see the difference. But right now, when I'm writing, then I realize, oh, breathing also it's gifted to me. But it is because she's also breathing and me also. Then I take for
ये
granted.
कौन कर रहा है? She, me, she, me.
Ego.
This is ego. Am I getting this?
But
See
it
this
happens
ego.
so naturally that you don't realize you already got one with the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the skill. Every time I have to become aware. Only awareness can help me recognize that. Okay? I have to just become aware. Aware. If awareness is too heavy, then Surati. Be with the self, with God. Again and again, be with God. Whichever works for you. But become aware. See, kabhi to ego aa gaya. Now this is ego. You become aware what is happening inside. This inner drama only kills you. It does not affect other people around you. Recognize this. The day you recognize this, you become silent.
But we get triggered because of the external thing.
But mess up our
Yeah.
inner environment.
Very true.
That's why you stop looking outside. A sprout has to protect itself. Na? Chota sa bud. This bud. It's just this little bud I have to plant, okay? And there is no other plant, just this bud. And it does not have any other support. And I know it's going to rain, and it's going to rain for 3 days. What will happen in 3 days to this? It's going to die in that rain. So what is my job?
Protect.
Protect it at least till I know there is rain around. Yeah, so I cover it like that. On the spiritual path, you are a very small bud right now. You have to recognize and acknowledge, yes, I'm just a small bud and I need to protect myself from all negativity around. So anybody or anything that has the potential of evoking negativity in me, I have to protect myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you grow up, blossom and become like this, such a big flower, then come rain, come shine, nothing is going to destroy you. You'll be able to withstand, right? But if you get destroyed here only, from here, will you be able to make this journey from here to here? Do you see who's going to be at a loss then? Me, because of the other influence, the negative influence around. Protect yourself. Protect your own spiritual bud. It's in your hands to protect yourself.
Most of the time, the rain or storm, whatever it is, internal. As long as you don't separate yourself from that thing, you cannot protect it. You can be even aware of that rain and storm is happening, and you need to protect it.
Yes.
So to give an example, right, like one of my biggest struggles has been this interrupting and talking, and that has gone since day one. And Ekta has said this so many times, come bola kar, and things go fine, and then someone triggers externally, one topic comes which I have very strong identification with, and that opens up. So that trigger was that external me losing my guard from that bud, and I walk in, and then I messed up. Once you come out of it, so that trigger was so sneaky that I fell for it, and then I walk into that.
But you got what he's saying, right? Only you can protect yourself. Nobody else can protect
Sometimes
you
it
and your
takes days
spiritual growth.
to come out of it by the time you realize it.
Yeah. So if there is spiritual growth happening, great. Yeah? You're helping yourself. But if it is not happening, can you blame others? You cannot blame others. Get it? It is you. It is you. Something is lacking. Recognize that. The Data has given everything to you. Everything He has showered on you. But maybe my patra is ulta, upside down. You understand patra? This is a patra. Your patra is upside down. Am I going to collect any rain? I have to become like this. Means open, receptive, ready to work on myself. Yeah? You can say, I have been on the spiritual path 30 years. Why have I not progressed? You tell me, why have you not progressed? You tell me, why have you not collected any grace? Grace is showering. Why have you not collected any grace? Upside down. You still give importance to negativity. You still give importance to gossip. You're still interested in politics. You're still interested in just coming for the satsang and the potluck after that. There is no real thirst to grow in knowledge, to apply it and to let it become my nature. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. The day the thirst happens, you recognize I have to protect myself, and you see that you start collecting the patra, then starts collecting the grace. Grace is always there. My patra is ulta. The only effort I have to do is become Siddha. Got it? Drop the ego. After that, the path is effortless. There's nothing to do after that. But this much part of turning it downside up, who has to do? I have to do. Can somebody else come and turn my patra around? You getting what I'm saying?
It is, you're listening to all this knowledge, Shravan, and turning it around is Manan. Then it becomes Nididhyasa.
Perfect. He's attended Patanjali class very seriously. Start walking now. Enough. Enough of feverishness. Everything is hukum, and it is so easy. Yeah? Let it be easy. Okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like in this process of identifying the ego, I figured out that there's a tendency of the mind to start comparing, even if when there's no comparison. comparison required. So this, of course, is ego. So what to do at that moment?
Just recognize. Never ever poke at that point, because that time the ego is in its full splendor. The nag has its fun up there. What will happen if you poke the snake? It's going to bite you. That's not the time. Yeah? That time you just recognize, oh, I was just about to compare, or I already compared in my mind, whatever happened. The moment you have done that, this becomes ashamed and its hood starts coming down. It starts getting ashamed. You have to just ashame it by recognizing it. Our problem is we never ashame the ego. We identify with it. We think I am the ego and how can I ashame myself? So even when we know we are wrong, we try to cover up and make it right. Have you noticed that? What have you done? You have just given that snake even more power. Are you getting it? Yeah? So become very careful that this is what I am doing to myself. Yeah? And see that somehow slowly that big hood of it becomes smaller and smaller and the snake withdraws. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only you can do this. Nobody else can go inside your mind and help you with this process. Right now, if something inside you is not liking the idea of being called a snake, you know what's talking.
Yeah, like better to catch it just before
Yeah.
the mind is about to compare.
Right. That is awareness, Dipali. That's where that Sakshi Bhav will count. Yeah. The more you practice awareness, even before the ego comes up, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't let it come up only. Just by its knowing that it is going to come up, it withdraws. It says, not a good time. It's not going to work right now. Let me attack her after some time. And it'll keep trying. It'll keep trying. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll keep trying. And in your weak moment, okay.
Like awareness also works sometimes like a dimmer switch.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Awareness is something which you will have to chisel and sharpen like a knife. With practice, it happens. It cannot happen instantly. Just by listening to one knowledge session, you think it's going to happen? No, not at all. In ancient times, they used to go to Gurukul. They used to be there for 16 years with the sadhus and pandits. What, you don't give it 16 days in a year collectively. How is it going to happen so soon? Only when you make it like your swadhyaya, your self-study, my daily study is this. Then only will you be able to really see it flower in your life. It has to be your daily study, a daily practice, all the time in awareness. Then though you will excel in office, at home, you will be super productive, but you can't do it to achieve that productivity of all that. Yeah? Your goal should only be your spiritual path. Then automatically everything comes in. Even lots of money flows in. But it's got nothing to do with your desire. Because of your high productivity, everything just falls into place. Things start happening. But all this you cannot aspire for. These are called siddhis. They happen because of your super sharp awareness. Yeah? So just work on chiseling that awareness. Okay, can I move ahead? We did the Gave Kogun.
No.
Okay, next is Gave Kogun.
Yeah.
Badiyaya Cha. Some sing of his gunas. Gunas is his qualities, his glories. And Vadiyaya is greatness. Greatness. Everybody sees God and describes God in his own way. But none of these descriptions are complete. You understand that, right? Yeah. Like Rabindranath Tagore, for him, God is beauty. Yeah, he has his own way of describing God. But Gandhiji would describe God as ahimsa. So he has his own way of describing God. Does that mean God is only beauty or God is only ahimsa? You understand this, right? Whoever has whatever talent, they use that little talent to express. But God cannot be expressed and described in his entirety. Is this very clear? Yeah. So that is why the scriptures are broken. They cannot give you the complete picture, not possible only. Because it is made and spoken of by that which is not complete. How can this that is untruth or asatya, born out of satya, that how can it describe satya? Not possible. This body-mind complex has a limitation. That limitation of untruth, that which will not be until the end. Yeah, it just arises sometime, it plays for a while and it goes away. That is untruth. And what is truth? That which was in the beginning, through the ages, and in the end. That is the truth. How can that little wave which arises for a while and is called Rabindranath Tagore or Gandhiji or anybody describe the ocean? Not possible, no? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So scriptures cannot give you the full picture. They are just an indication to help evoke that thirst in you to start walking the path. But after that, you only can go within with that little indication, with that little direction. You can go within and experience the ocean. But even when you experience the ocean, even when you touch the bottom, you will not be able to come out and describe it fully. Because words are only so much, no? Intellect is only so much. Range of communication is only so much. It cannot be described only. It is so indescribable.
I think the minute you use words, you've already
Limited it. Yeah. So that's why somebody can just speak of his power. Somebody can just speak of his greatness. And some can only speak of his beauty. The last part is in the same line. Some speak of his qualities and greatness, and some speak of his beauty. But none of them are complete. This is very important to understand. And what is our search? For completeness. So that is why you thirst. You come onto the path, you're looking for that completeness inwards. That's why you say, no, this spiritual technique is not working. You go to another. No, this spiritual guru is not working. You go to another. Understand, it is not possible to give you a complete package. Are you understanding? It's the same thirst that we have in the world, the same thirst we put onto the spiritual path. But it is not going to happen in words. Only by taking the direction of the words, when you close your eyes, go into the depth of meditation and experience that self, then you will get there. But you cannot get there through descriptions. Is this super clear? Yeah, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was very clear about this part. Yeah, that is why he didn't give any technique. He didn't give anything. Only one thing you remember, Surati. Yeah, or they call it Naam. What is Naam? It's really not chanting Om or the Jap. It's really just recognizing I'm that self and being established in that peace. Even if it happens for a few seconds, it's good enough, he says. Just be there. Just be in that silence. Even if for a few seconds you manage, fantastic. Great job. He placed this above all ritualistic things. It will come up as we go deeper. Yeah? All ritual things, he put them aside. And he said, no, just going within is the way. Because it is not outside. Super clear? So these descriptions are just of people who are giving you an indication. Walk this way. Walk this way. Gave ko vidya vikhama vichar. Some sing of his wisdom, knowledge. Vidya is knowledge. What is vikhama vichar? Which is even very difficult to think of. You cannot think about it. You cannot sit and intellectually understand that knowledge. You have to experience it. Do you get it? The experiential part is the key. Those who don't experience it think that effort is not required on the path. Because there is zero experience in them. Yeah? They are just at the surface level waves. Yeah? The people who really make that effort, go in and dissolve in that oneness, know that in the beginning there is this effort of dropping that I, of dropping that ego, that raga, that dvesha, all the drama. That effort is there. And once I've dropped and I'm in and settled, then it's effortless. Then you just like you sink naturally with the force of gravity, like that you will sink into samadhi very naturally. But to get to this level of where I start sinking naturally, I have to first let go of the anchor. No? What are your anchors? All these thoughts, emotions, ideas, concepts, imaginations, this, that, it should be like this, it should not be like this. All these anchors need to be dropped. The moment you let go of that anchor, you will start going deep into the ocean. That's only where it becomes experiential. Those who have not experienced will say effort is not required. Because where are they? They are floating on top of the waves. And they say, this is fun. Okay, keep floating. Temporary relief, again sukha, again dukkha. Temporary relief, sukha, dukkha. This is what happens at the top. Because so many waves, no, they keep lashing. Is that the place you want to be?
No.
Then drop those anchors and let loose. Go deep, sink deep into the ocean of bliss. I think there is Kabir's doha. यहाँ जो डूबने को तैयार है, वही तरता है. The one who is ready to drown, he is the only one who floats. Isn't it true? You go into the swimming pool, if you are fighting with the water, can you float? You stop fighting with the water and you just give in, you float so easily. Yeah? This is that path. डूबने के लिए तैयारी होनी चाहिए. You should be ready to drown. Something inside you didn't like it. What is that?
Ego.
Good. You're getting it.
So something of his knowledge and
Which is even very difficult to think of. You cannot think it intellectually.
Over so many years, the ego has become harder and harder. It's become such a hard nut. Can you factory on stroke when you go into
Depends on the intensity of the blow.
Yeah, like Nariyal Portman.
So it depends on your intensity, no? How much intensity of your own blow. Only you know. Only you know. Nobody else can help you here. This is very, very clear, no? Somebody can hold your bicycle for you. Can somebody balance for you? It's such an intricate thing, no? People keep saying on the path, oh, Guruji will take care. I don't need to do anything. So Guruji is going to hold your cycle forever? Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah? He's anyway holding your cycle with his grace. He's given you the kriya. He's given you meditation. Who's going to do the balancing? I have to do it. He's already holding the bicycle. But the problem is you're sleeping on that bicycle now. जोर जोर से खराटे मार के sleeping. And then you say effort is not required, boss. Guruji will take care. Okay. So, sleep. So. हम तो चले परदेस. It's just a joke. It's a song. I'm going abroad. You start balancing your cycle. Very important. Don't think you have forever. Now is the time. Now. Right now. Now I have to start working on myself. Yeah? I don't beat myself up for the past. Whatever happened, happened. I did it. I couldn't do it. Whatever. This is all of the past. Yeah? I let go of the past and become very serious now. Yes? Everybody? गावै को साज करे तन खे. Some think or some sing that he creates the body. Tan is body. And then he makes it khe, dust. Means he only creates you and he only destroys you. Our problem is we want to see God as the creator, but we don't like to see that God can destroy. Yeah, you've seen this thing inside you. We are not happy with that. No. Aise kaise? God cannot be the destroyer. He's just the creator. There is Brahma, there is Vishnu and Shiva. All three. What does Brahma do? He creates. What does Vishnu do? He maintains it. It's running, na? Yeah. Is there even one day when the sun did not shine? No. Sun rises on its time, sets on its time. Planets are moving at their own time. Everything in this creation is being maintained. Has there ever been a year when summer never came? Summer comes, winter comes, yeah? Day comes, night comes. Everything is working perfectly. Clockwork. So who's doing this clockwork? Vishnu. Are you getting it? Is there Vishnu sitting up in the sky? Think he has a nice crown. He's sitting beautifully like that. Yeah? Only for children's stories, okay? He does not exist up in the cloud. It is that energy, that principle of this universe that maintains the laws of the universe. Yeah? Gravity always pulls you down. It doesn't make you fly up suddenly. It doesn't change its nature. That which has given fire its nature to burn. Are you understanding? And helps it maintain that nature, come what may. That is Vishnu Shakti. It's just given a name. There is no form or God up there. Similarly, that which destroys everything, that is Shiva. Trees fall off, leaves fall off the trees, no? Who destroys? Shiva. Yeah. They will come back, but for a few months, it's Shiva time. Yeah, that's why Shiva is shown always in snow in the mountains when it's cold. Yeah. That winter time is Shiva time. He shows his beautiful colors to you, and you see that really there is beauty in this white snow, in that tree without the leaves, just that bare look of that entire landscape. It has its own beauty. Brahma will bring it back to its greenery. But even without that, Shiva has shown his beauty. So respect that God creates as well as destroys. So if you can admire this beauty in the landscape, why can't you admire that barren beauty of dukkha when it happens here? This body is going to get old, and this body is going to experience that barrenness. All the leaves will fall off, and that has its own beauty. Respect Shiva. You see what I'm saying? Now go to your own life. Things get created, you make money, you have everything good, and suddenly you lose your job. Who did it? The Shiv Shakti. Yes, he takes away. But that does not mean that there is no beauty in that. From that dukkha you mature. Sometimes you get a much better job with a higher salary in a better city. Hasn't that happened in life? And then you say, oh, something good came out of it. But those many months or that 1 year I kept cribbing. This cribbing itself is self-created suffering. This is dukkha. You losing the job was not dukkha. That 1 year of cribbing and hating life was the self-created dukkha. Yeah? So respect Shiva. When you start respecting Shiva, you will not be unhappy. Yes? So he's the one who creates and he's the one who destroys and makes it dust. And it's fine. Dust has its own beauty. क्या? गावे को जिय लय फिर दे. Some sing that he takes away life and then again restores it. This body is going to die finally. Really, that is your biggest fear. The fear of losing this whole empire that I have built. Chota sa empire you have. One house, one car. But you think you are like the big king of the jungle. And you are really fearful to let go of this empire. Do you notice it? Look at the truth. It is all going to be snatched away at the moment of death. And at that moment, this ego you think is going to allow it to happen voluntarily, happily. So this, I gave you an example of 1 year of suffering. When you lose the job, you could spend your time after death till the time you get a new life in suffering. If you continue doing this. Self-created suffering, no? You did that for 1 year of no job, no? So horrible, life is horrible. You do the same at death. Mind stays. Remember that. And if there is no acceptance for the truth of life that everybody dies, my beloved people in my family are going to die. I am also going to die. If you don't have the acceptance for this, then you're causing future misery. You're already keeping that ready. Yeah? So hukum. It's okay. Even if somebody passes away, it's okay. And even if I move on, it's okay. Can you remember if that moment comes in my life right now? If I am about to die, can I just say, it's okay, hukum. I let go. Or will you be thinking about that $100,000 you've hidden somewhere? If there is something that is bothering you, you've not prepared a will, or you've not done something, not said sorry to somebody, something that you want to get off your chest in this lifetime at least, do it now. Now is the time. Take it down as homework. Don't postpone until tomorrow, because we don't know when Shiva Shakti will act, right? Gaave ko jape disai dur. Some sing that he seems so far away. And the next line is a continuation of the same sentence. Gaave ko vikhya hadira hadur. Some sing that he's here only, he's all pervading and watching over us. Vikhya, he's watching over us. He's right here. He's all pervading. Hadira hadur, all pervading. Always taking care of me. Where are you? Do you say this or do you say that? Check, check, check. If I feel that God is far away, it is because of me. If I feel God is right here, all pervading, watching over me, it is because of me. So it is my perspective. It's got nothing to do with God. God doesn't do partiality. Sure, na? Pakka, no? What about that rich guy who got billions of dollars? What about that guy who has that big company? God is partial to them? Think, maybe. Easy? He is beyond all these things. He's beyond all this. He's all pervading. He's everywhere and watching over every single one of us. That is why you could make that list of things that you got by surprise. You didn't even desire for them. And so many of us realize that everything is like that. So near or far depends on my drishti, not on God. What is drishti? My perspective of life, how I look at it. It's got nothing to do with God. So if something needs to be cleared here, if I need to jump from this side to that side, what do I need to do? No, clean your own drishti. Something is wrong. The perspective is wrong. Your windows are smudged with dirt. You need to recognize if you are feeling far away from God, it's something that is wrong on my side. God is not far away. He's right here, all pervading. Most of us could see Him or experience Him in that isness. So the people who don't experience start thinking, oh, God is far away from me. No. Again, it is my own mind stuff, stories. I need to recognize that I am stuck in thoughts, emotions, concepts, ideas, and drop them. Drop this big, smudgy, dirty cloud that is hanging in front of me. The moment that drops off, you see the sun is shining behind the clouds. Sun is never partial. It never says, oh, you are a bad person, I will not shine on you, and you are a good person, I will shine on you. At the same time, sun is very passive in its approach. Means if your windows are closed, sun is not going to fight and try to enter your windows. He is standing outside the window. You have to open your closed window. The moment you open the closed window, the sun enters. He's ever ready. He's not even discouraged by your disinterest or by your clouded vision. He's okay. whenever you open the window, I'll come. God is just like that. He's waiting right outside your door. The problem is your door is locked. You're very afraid to open that door. How many of you recognize this little fear in yourself? Who creates this fear? Ego. It's only the ego doing it.
Didi, every time you are saying God, so still that God means how it comes, the one who helps me, who gives me happiness, who solves my problem. who
Makes you
helps
happiness
me.
बोला, sadness नहीं बोला.
हाँ, तो इसीलिए ऐसा होता है कि जब प्रॉब्लम आता है तब लगता नहीं कि गॉड है, तब लगता है कि नहीं है.
Devil है devil.
हाँ, तो फिर ग्रैटिट्यूड का मेजरमेंट पूरा नीचे जाता
पूरा
है.
नीचे है. क्या खराब है? ऐसे नहीं कर सकता है God.
और इसमें फिर मतलब
You should listen to me.
तो गॉड
मैं बड़ी कि God बड़ा? तेरा ईगो तो देख. God को एडवाइस करने चले हम. क्यों हम डिसाइड करने की कोशिश करते हैं what should God do? फाइनली मेरी लाइफ में जितने भी दुख आए उससे मैं उभरी हूँ, मैं और स्ट्रांग बनी हूँ कि नहीं? करेक्ट. तो मतलब एक दुख आता है मुझे कुछ देने के लिए, ये क्यों नहीं देख रही? सुख में वैसे कुछ मिलता नहीं है, ज्यादा समझदारी नहीं है.
अगर दुख में अवेयरनेस होता है.
सुख में नहीं आती अवेयरनेस. देयर इज नो अवेयरनेस इन सुखा. So then why did you say God gives me happiness? God gives me whatever, good things, and then there was no bad. You have to remove this idea. How many of you seriously have this idea? She's the only honest person in the class. You do
Writing
check.
notes. It happened today. I was like thinking, how come we just think that only the good thing comes from
We may,
God?
I would
Yeah, why? How come I think that only the good is coming from God and like since today morning hearing you, that happened, that click, that both are coming from the same source. So,
Yeah.
so then why is this mind differentiating? This is good, this is bad, I want, I don't want, and only God only gives good. But see that it's one of the things is the tradition and the way it is inculcated as children, and we are growing up with that. You pray to God, ask for this, you will be given this. So we have not
Break
let
out.
go of that.
Yeah, break out of it.
Yeah.
Your own experience is a bigger teacher, no?
Yeah.
Your own experience has taught you really it doesn't work like that. Not only sukha comes from God, even dukkha comes from God. Yeah? We tend to blame people, situations and things for dukkha. Yeah? And for sukha, we say, I did it. I the great person. God is out of the picture only. He's not there in your picture. When does he come into the picture? When some people, situation, things do bad and you can't do anything, now God, please, I'll give you 10 rupees. Business, you go to the temple to do business with him. Or you go to advise him. उस दिन घर में दिया जलता है. 1 साल से तो दिया ही नहीं जला था. Recognize this thing. What are we doing? Wake up, wake up. These are the things that Guru Nanak challenged. These are the things that he challenged.
It's like that shift from God for my life to my life for God.
Correct. Perfect. Perfect.
But because this was my definition, that was the reason for me to run. Yeah, because
Run where?
means it
Run
was,
behind.
yeah, God or Guru
I'll get only sukha.
means there was a business
Ego's
side.
biggest-
Now you're means now from yesterday I'm trying to understand. Okay, so God means that nothingness, but nothingness is not means partial. Like
It's fullness. It's everything.
Yeah, but
Joy
there
feel
is
kiya
no,
ki nahi?
I'm not going to get it. So I don't want it. I want Guru who will do my own.
Truth. It's such Nikla. ये बहुत honest है देखो. She's a representative of your mind right now. I want a guru so he'll do my work. Who's the Malik here?
Ego.
Your ego has become the Malik and you made the guru a das. Are you seeing this? You don't even know you're doing it subtly. We have to reverse this equation because it is not like that. It does not work. Yeah, it does not work. Wake up and recognize that when the ego drops, you recognize that everything is happening by command. It is anyway flowing. And I am just a servant. Yeah, it is flowing through me. I am like that. A brass flute. You know what's a flute? Yeah. Hollow and empty flute. I am nothing. There is nothing in me. It's just made of bamboo. It's a very beautiful flute, but it's empty. There is nothing. When does the music play? When God wants to play His music, it plays through me. By itself, does the flute have any value? Without hukum, we have no value. And yet, we try to give hukum to hukum.
I will do this yet if God will do this.
Yes. So when God doesn't give you something, what do you go there and do?
God is bad.
You're very bad. You don't listen to me. You did this, you did that. Wake up, wake up, wake up, shake up. What are we doing? We're treating God as our servant and we have become the master. This is a wrong understanding. Very wrong understanding. Exactly reverse is true. He is the master. That is why Guru Nanak Dev Ji called him Sahib. Yeah? And I am your das. Sahib is the master and das is servant. Yeah? The ego does not like it. That is why very few gem-like people followed Guru Nanak Dev. They already had softness in the heart. And it's amazing, Guru Nanak Dev's following was both Muslim and Hindus. His closest disciples, Mardana was a Muslim and Bala was a Hindu. Yeah? All of them who were ready to challenge rituals, rites, these meaningless things, looking at God as if He's supposed to do things for me. All these wrong notions were broken down. That is the beauty of Sikhism. It's one of the most beautiful religions. It's a small community, but it's beautiful because of this pure understanding. Of course, through the ages, it's been 500 years since Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and it has got a little polluted, which happens. But during that time, this was like the most beautiful revolution. Usually revolutionary ideas are not beautiful. They are revolutionary. Yeah? This was revolutionary and beautiful. It had a great amount of beauty in it. It was very close to the truth. So it's really something that we need to think about. Challenge the wrong ideas that we have been living with. Clear?
But what it makes Guru Nanak Ji to find this truth? Like Buddha was in search of truth. What makes Guru Nanak Ji to find this truth? Or it was like
God.
His nature.
It was since he was a child, he used to keep singing for God. He wanted only one thing, to unite with God. He didn't know who's God, what is God. I just want to unite with God. As a little child, he was like that. And his earliest stories are when he was 6 and 7 and 8. He just had that thirst I'm talking about, that when you feel, he just recognized it. Next is Kathana Kathi na Ave Tota. There is no shortage to his kathas. What is katha? Stories. There is no shortage to the stories of God. Kath kath kathi koti koti koti. Millions and millions and millions of people have so many sermons and stories to narrate.
So, one of the things I think Rajashri and I were talking about last weekend, where knowledge, wisdom, if you want to communicate wisdom, it's the easiest when you are doing through stories, because wisdom cannot be explained, but it can be experienced in that experience of that. So stories comes closest to that. That's why Yoga Vasishtha is filled with that story. You could either look at story or go through that story and experience the wisdom.
Right. Absolutely true. Yeah. But recognize some people just get trapped in words. Yeah. So on this path, you can either follow philosophy or dharma. What is philosophy? Just learning scriptures, or being able to just have a good command over them, reciting the sutras without looking, and having that, being so good at stuff, or intellectual debates. This is all philosophy. Yeah. What is dharma?
Your nature.
I'm actually applying it in my life. That is dharma. When I see it become a part of me, and I don't stop till it doesn't become a part of me. And it's not important for me to show another person I have knowledge or anything. For me, what is important? Applying it, my spiritual growth. And I don't stop till I get there. This is dharma. Homework for you. I've forgotten the number. Whatever number homework. Are you a philosopher here, or are you dharmic?
The path can begin as a philosopher with curiosity.
Yes.
But then it ends as a practice.
Yes, that's if you do the practice really. Right? So if you are here only for the philosophy and you enjoy words, and then when you go back home there is no change in you, then that's what you're doing. Philosopher you are. You're not dharmic. Yeah? What is dharmic? Dharmic is not religious. What is dharmic? Who's very thirsty, who's really thirsty, who drinks from this scripture, that scripture, and it does not satiate him. And he realizes, okay, I've done all the scriptures, they don't work. He puts them down and he sits and he meditates and he goes with it. And he does not stop his inner search till he finds it. That is a dharmic person. Very clear? What is a philosopher? Who does not even think about meditation. For him, it's about writing a very nice book. Most of our scriptures are written by so-called philosophers, and especially the translations into English. There is no experience there. They will just translate, and that is why translations have mistakes, because it lacks experience. Are you getting it? That's why I insist that you learn it in its original language. Because when you read it in its original language, you say, Arey, what has this person translated it as? Yeah, and that's how Bhagavad Gita has so many meanings. Oh my God. Yeah, the real meaning gets lost. So, philosophers, they make that map and they are happy making the map. Finished. That's the end of the road for them. A dharmic person just cannot stop himself. It's like that thirst, no, where you can't stop yourself. He's so thirsty, he can't stop. How much ever there's pressure from outside or rebellion from the ego inside, he cannot stop himself from meditating and going deep within and figuring it out. He has to know it for himself. It's not enough that the guru has said it. No, now I need to go in and check. I need to understand, I need to experience it. I want to taste that Amrit that Gurudev talks about. And a dharmic person does not stop till he tastes it. Are you dharmic or are you a philosopher here?
So far, making up that.
So